before we separated the base chassis from the powertrain, I made the two B-pillars, which you can see there leaning up against the table, and I also made the two lower bumper lines, which you see there in the video. I didn't cut and put them in. I just got them made because I was going to fit them in later when I had the chassis back up on the table. Setting up the angle gauges on this rather large piece, getting ready to bend this, which I call the rear body line. It goes from the driver's side B-pillar down the back side, wraps around the back, and then connects back up on the passenger side B-pillar. It is a little clumsy and awkward to work with such a large piece, so I got Jason here to help me out to make the angles, make sure we get the right readings, make sure the piece, because it's so large, to stay somewhat level on the table to get that bent and created before we place it in. I'm setting up the table extension and supports for the rear body lines. This, based on the drawings there, gives me the ability to set the right height and distances from the frame so I can get them in the correct position, so then I can knock them in the finished bends, get them coked or notched so they can fit up onto the wheel well arches. Working with this rear body line, step back to take a look and notice some of the bends need to be just a little bit more on the bender. And because this piece is so kind of bulky and awkward to work with, I had to get some assistance from my #1 fan. Yes. Grabbing a tail light to see how it looks. All right, so up to this point, I've got the rear kind of splines done. That's the body line, lower, mid, and center. Got the B-pillar hoops in. Today, I'm going to be working on the spine, the center spine that runs down the back. Here's a drawing. I'll show you. So we're talking the spine from the center running down the back. There's another shot with it from the rear. A little hard to see. That's going to be from the center spine running down. We have this circle hoop in there, which I made that the other day. That's sitting right here. And then for this particular part, this is the drawing for it. So starting up here, I'm going to, instead of doing a bend on the bender, I'm going to do this on a radius bend. Give it more of a slope. This material gets cut out for the circle. And here at the bottom, another little bit of a radius, but depending on how tight I can get this, we may have to notch that down. So this is the piece that's here ready to go. Got it all marked up. All right, so pick up from yesterday. We finished the rear spine. Got a nice arch there towards the top, comes down centered, and then goes down into the bottom. Take a look at the back view here.
Had a minor detail or a minor issue yesterday where when I did the bottom of the last notch there for the bottom, I notched it the wrong direction. So it made that then short. So I had to take off that lower piece and redo it. But looks good. Alright, so I spent most of yesterday afternoon getting this A-pillar, the front pillar, getting that kind of seated. Got a crossbar on a ladder. Try to get as best of an angle as it could there. It's only off by maybe a degree. But according to the plans, or the drawings, I wanted to wait on the connection to the frame. So that we're sticking way out, of course, but this frame down here is going to connect onto the lower portion of the outer frame rail. So I spent quite a bit of time getting some measurements based upon where the B pillar is seated, the top opening, distance from front to rear. So I got that marked up, ready to bend that on the end and get that notched and hopefully get that installed today. All right, so here's the A-pillar installed. Got a center brace or center spine just to kind of hold it in place. Got everything tacked in. Looks good. Sweet. Power just went off right in our neighborhood. So looks like I'll be taking a break.